It's time to get back to the Viper, guys. So I'm on a roll here, getting Dragy results on all the vehicles. First thing is these next passes are going to be, I haven't put it in there yet, and I've never used it, but I'm going to try this Sunoco 260 GT Plus. This looks like it is a really good substitute for like pump gas, like race gas type stuff. The Stoic is like 13.8. and it has a little bit of ethanol in it, and it's oxygenated. So this should make a little bit more power than the Circle K 93 that's in the car right now. The previous best pass was a 579, 60 to 130, and that was on Circle K 93, no additives or nothing. So I just want to put this in here to be safe. It's going to be super crazy air tonight. The other change is I went with VT Forged on a custom drag pack setup. So this is a skinny front and a little bit narrower rear. So it's an 18 by 12 in the back. And I did this to save weight, right? So people were saying that the factory Sidewinder wheels, you can't really save much weight. Well, I saved 21 pounds going with that setup on the front. And then on the back, I did a 335 Hoosier DR2. Let me see if I can see. Yeah, right here. Okay. So this is an 18 by 12. The car is really dirty because believe it or not, I daily drive this thing a lot. I also saved 40 pounds on a Detroit Battery Company lithium battery back here. So I went from 50 to 10 pounds. So I don't know much about these cars. I don't know if the battery factory was 40 pounds, but the one that came out of this was an AGM that weighed 40 pounds, and that weighs 10. So it was 50 pounds, and that's 10. So I saved 40. So I saved 40 there, and I saved 21 with the wheel swap. Okay. So the difference between the 579 is going to be 93 is not going to be used. This is going to be used. The factory wheels and tires that had R888s are swapped in favor of this custom drag pack from VT Forged. It will have a lithium battery that's saved 40 pounds. And then let me flip this around. The air is amazing tonight in comparison to the last time I ran this car and I went at 579. So basically when I went 579 before, it took a lot of driving. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is are my shifts going to be on par tonight? I don't know. I haven't actually, power shifted this car in a while. So might be a little bit rusty. But that made a 2/10 difference, 2 to 3/10 difference, just that really fast 2-3 shift previously. So again, the 579 pass, it was negative 320-ish DA. Right now, my phone says negative 800 DA, and by the time I take this car out, it might be negative 1,000. So the plan is the internet record right now for an NA Viper, the fastest anybody's claiming online is a 5.5. I went a 579. So my goal naturally would be to get into the 540s. Regardless, I want to beat the 579. If I get like a 560 something after a couple tries, what I'm going to do is I will wait until daylight when it's drier out, because these NA cars really like dry air. So I might end up having to make some passes tonight, set a new best, and then wake up early in the morning and get out there in Mexico when it's drier out, when the sun is out, because at nighttime here it gets like really damp. So it's pretty significant actually. So like right now it's probably like 70 or 80% humidity, where earlier in the day it was like 40 and 50. On an NA car, that's a really big deal. So let me flip this around real quick, and then I'll just go over the car for those of you that didn't see the last video. This is basically a 2015 Viper GT. Okay. It's got a Calvo Motorsports engine. It's forged a little bit higher compression, forged rod piston, blah, blah, blah. Stock cubes. It is not a billet stroker crank. Okay. So this is an 8.4 liter. It was built for nitrous. It has a nitrous kit on it. I don't know where any of the bottles or any of that are. The guy that had the car before me had Calvo redo the engine. So this has never been sprayed. I got the car when this engine only had about 600 miles on it, and I just been beating the piss out of it and driving the piss out of it. So it's a 2015 VIPER GT Calvo engine. It's on 93 and it made 751 or 750 on the dyno. Okay. On 93. And in that trim on stock wheels and tires, the way I bought the car, I was able to run the 60 to 130 time in this car in a 5.79. Okay. My goal is I really want to see a 559. I would be super pleased with a 559. All right. If I go a 549, I will be jumping for joy. I will probably jump out of the car. So here we go. I'm going to go make some passes and let's see what we can do. Come on, let's see if we can get a 560 something right here. $568. Getting there. Woo! So that's the first time I've gotten on this car, like actually getting on it in a very long time, probably since it went 579. Right out of the gate, I hit a 580. I'm really happy with that because it showed that I was where I should be. And then after that, it was just working on the shift, working. So I went a 580, 577, 568, and a 567. So what I did notice is on the Dragy and on my phone and on my AirLab app, I noticed that it got to like a negative 1,000 or something around that. It actually got lower than what the Dragy. I think the Dragy says negative 1,000, but it got to like negative 990 on my actual app on my phone that shows the real DA. And then now it's like 700. It's so wet. It's almost 90% humidity, guys. So if it was like 40 or 50% humidity and it was dry out, that 567 and 568 probably would have been a 558. Or 550. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call that a night, and then you're going to see some daylight passes in the morning, and I really want a 559 or better. At this point, based on how well I was hitting my shift and where I was hitting the shift at, I don't know if it's got a 40 in it, but I do really believe it has 50s in it. So let's put some magic sauce on this thing in the morning, and also. Those passes were with half a tank. My 579 previously was with like a 16th or an eighth of a tank. So I just wasted some fuel. So I probably have a little bit less fuel in the morning too. So probably 500 better DA, roughly, I'm guessing, or I'm hoping for, and less fuel. And then, I'm back in the groove of shifting. So let's see what it does. This is what it's all about, folks. I was right. The DA right now is about negative 1,400. So we timed it right. Now the pressure is on me to put this stock cubic inch VIPER into the 550s Dragy. I don't think anybody's ever done that. I think the fastest current NA VIPER 60 to 130 is a 5.50 by Nthmoto. It's a 9-liter billet stroker, Motec, flex fuel. This car right here is stock ECU. Stock cubic inches, stock clutch, stock trans. Well, it's got an upgraded fifth. But other than that, I mean, this is like a basic build with a fancy engine. I'm going to be so impressed if we can go out there. The pressure is on me. This moment right now is why this channel exists. these are the things that before I made this channel that I would do when people, and I would go post online and people would be like, oh, there's no way it ran that. I'm tweaking, I'm going out at night, and then I know it's going to be better DA in the morning. I'm finding out where my shift points are. It's not just a random go out, make a hit, and I'm done and post online. I do this to improve. Now, what I haven't shown you guys is going to the drag strip. That is coming. That's the whole purpose that I do this, is to dial in my cars. So when I spend and waste all those hours to go to the drag strip, it counts. So in this scenario, I'm not going to make a dig hit until it goes 550s. I have a goal of going 550s. That has to be it. Damn it. 561. Come on, man. I got to be on my game better than that. Back-to-back hit. Come on, man.